Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Elite Podcast Show with your boy named Sarge. Hey, man, I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to work through this voice issue today, but everything's gonna be all right. Let everybody know we're on. Share it with a friend. Kane 4L. Let's go.
I was asked the other day, hey Sarge, why you never play any fast music on your podcast? It's simple. I'm petty.
Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big sword, you in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big sword, you in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Sliding on my road glide, looking so fly. 20-inch rollback, screaming eagle torque pack. I-10 to the end, it's a known patch. If you ain't a ground pounder, pay attention, fall back. We iron elite boys, no need for hitting switches. We split lanes and hogging lanes, we on a mission. On our way to CA, we 100 deep. Roll up, y'all the road, run it up, rip it up. Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big sword, you in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big sword, you in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? I'm outside with it. I scrape the town burning loud when the smoke clear up. You know Harley did it. I'm real gnarly with it. My ride clean when it bling. I show the lean on the scene to get jiggy with it. No did it, get it? I'm well equipped it. My bike side got a side, so you know I'm hit. She dropped it down and split it. Backed it up to shift it. Let me kick a little game to you lames riding around here, giving a set a bad name. It don't matter what you rank or what you claim. When we turn it up, you keep it motorcycling, man. My soul brothers, they roll runners, we rolling deep. When it's time to rally up, it's Black Wall Street. When you see them MCs at the RTE, roll it up, down the road, run it up, rip it up. Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big sword, you in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big sword, you in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig?
But Sarge, why you always gotta talk about motorcycling? Sarge, why you don't never talk about nothing else? Look here, man. If you gonna do all that crying, what the baby gonna do?
The baby gonna do.
Hey, man, happy Sunday again, and welcome to the Elite Podcast Show with your boy Sarge. Man, it never fails. All the equipment works perfectly, and I don't. But I'm gonna get it together. This is what I feel like today, man. This is what I feel like. This is what I feel like.
That you do.
Yeah, man, it's one of them kind of Sundays for me, but it's okay, man. We gonna get it together. Man, I have the post interview. It's the husband and wife edition, man. Big fella and Miss Daph. But before we introduce them, man, I just gotta say this one thing, man. Y'all hang there with me for a second. Saturday, man, I did one of my favorite things. I went down to Adamac Harley Davidson, man. I had a chance to hang out with the breed. It was a picnic, man. They were having a picnic at the dealership. And, man, they had this great event, this cool event. It was a stereo competition.
Oh,
I know it, but I'm going to say it anyway. Man, I saw stereos down there. It was so bad, thousands of dollars. Man, but I'm looking at bikes that had custom stereo work on them, nice rims, all kind of cool accessories. And, brother, I'm looking at things like shifter levers, shifter linkages. I'm looking at shifter linkages, man, look like they were just a tap away from snapping in half. I'm going to say this, man. It's riding season, homie. It's riding season. Man, if you don't start taking care of that bike and doing preventive maintenance,
yes,
I'm telling you, it's going to let you down. And it's going to let you down in the worst way. It's cool to have all the cool swagoo stuff on these bikes. But, man, if that bike is not functionally, operationally sound, you ain't got nothing, homie. I'm just going to put it like this. So, fam, top of the evening, how are you feeling?
We feeling great. How about you?
Sir, I'm making it, man. I'm making it. But do y'all agree with what I just said? No shade to nobody.
Absolutely.
Your bike has gotta be
Got to
on.
take care of your
Or
bike so your bike can take care of you.
facts,
I
facts.
used to every March. I used to take my bike to the dealership, get new tires, everything serviced on it every year, brakes, tires, everything. So yeah,
Man, you gotta take care of those motorcycles, man, so they'll take care of you. But family, they just got back here just a few days ago.
yes.
Back home in Gary, Indiana, chilling. Just went across the husband and wife edition of I-10 to the end. And look at them, man. They didn't even beat each other up on the highway. I
You came
always say
close
this,
though,
man.
boy. It was that close. There was some intense fellowship going on.
Man, look what I already started. Hey, but a husband and wife who rides together stays together, damn it. Is that true?
Yeah. I
That's
told her
what's
she
up.
get tired of me talking about leaving, you go take a nap. She'd be out when she wake up.
Everything gonna be all right. Hey, but let's do this, family. Let's do this. Let's introduce ourselves to everybody. Tell the world a little bit about you.
You go ahead, baby.
Yeah.
My
Let's do
name is
ladies
Daphne.
first.
Miss Daph. I was born and raised in Lansing, Michigan.
All
And
right.
I've been riding since 2019. I got my endorsement. Always wanted to ride. When I was younger, had a moped. And then I just kind of, just went on about my way or whatever. But I've always wanted a motorcycle. So 2019, I said, after an epic ride to Alaska, and I was the backpack, I came back and I told my husband, I want my own bike.
And then how it starts off. You might
That's
start on the back of the bike, but you don't finish on the back of the
No,
bike.
no.
Wow.
I don't
So
want to get
just
on the back of his bike now.
I
so
won't let her.
just
I
but
don't
just
let her
6
get on the back
years.
of my bike now.
Yeah, but just 6 years and here you are riding all up and down America.
Oh yeah.
Did you imagine it being like this?
No. I just thought it would just be around town. Nice summer nights, Never
Yeah.
thought that it would be as intense as it is now.
So cool, so cool. So big fella, who we got? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm called. My name Ray. They call me Big Fella. Ride with the Buffalo Soldiers. Actually, we both patched both the Buffalo Soldier members.
Shout
I
out to the
started.
Buffalo Soldiers.
Yeah, my cousin Mike Davis. He started me off when I was like 18 on a 550 Honda 550 double overhead cam. And a few times I rode with him. Then I dropped his bike one time. He never let me ride it no more. And I never bought a bike after that. So then around 2015, I said, let me get back into it. I retired from the post office. I retired and I said, I'm only 53 years old. I'm retired. Found me a hobby. And that was when I picked back up a motorcycle. Well, I
Yeah.
bought a Spider and everybody dogged me out, but that's what we rode to Alaska on. And we stopped at Mount Rushmore. I said, sit on my bike and take a picture. She said, nope. She stood up on the ground and acted like she was riding a bike. And we got back. She went and got her endorsement, like she said. And in 6 months, she went through 3 bikes. Reef and them told me, don't get her no 750 Honda. Get her a big bike. I'm like, nope, I'm getting her a small bike. And
We
I got
always say that, man. Everybody start off slow. And
yeah.
about 6 to 8 months later, you're trading in.
Well, in 6 months, she
Yeah.
had 3 bikes.
Oh my God.
She had a Honda. She said that's too slow. So I bought her a Harley Softail Deluxe, and that was her first long distance from Indiana to Virginia. And we came back. He's too loud. And she sit on that gold wing, and I said, "You're not getting another bike. That's it." And so when I started doing the paperwork for the bike, I'm like, how am I doing? I told her she's not getting another bike, And she said, "What I'm gonna name this bike, baby?" I said, "Last one. That's it. You ain't getting no more bike." And she been riding that gold wing ever since. And I got
Nice.
and I went and found out there were real bikes besides Harleys, and found out there was Indians, and been,
All
been
right,
doing
hey,
it.
throw your jabs. Throw your jabs. Yeah, throw your jabs. I'm gonna get a lick back, but go ahead, go for it. Yeah, I'm gonna get a lick back.
My phone about to die.
If it dies, we'll just throw
Yeah,
you on.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't realize that. So you know, we
Yeah,
just
we'll
that
have
we
time
come.
if you need to plug in also.
Okay. Yeah, we just we enjoy riding. If the club don't do nothing, man, you know, she'll troop us. We get on there and ride together.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's up, man. So proud of you guys. Just got back. For those who are keeping score, well, let's do this. Let's do this. I want to do this before I let you in. I'm gonna really let you guys get after it today. But I just want to tell everybody how we met. If you guys don't mind, do y'all want to do it or you want me to do it?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Why don't you do it?
All right. Well,
Yeah.
the first time I seen you, I seen you on Facebook, and it was talking about the Iron Elite ride, and I was like, "Who's Sarge?" So about 3 years ago, I seen this you know, Iron Elite ride I-10 in. I was like, "Baby, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that, baby. We got to do that." And every time we got planned to do it, something else would come up. We couldn't do it. So we went to was it Louisiana last year, and you were there, and I was like, "That's him. That's the guy right there. That's him." And she said, "Yeah, that's him, baby." She said, "That's him, baby." And I came and introduced myself. I had talked to you on the phone prior to that.
Because we actually sat
Sat
at the
next to
same
each
table
other
across from each other.
yeah, it
Yeah,
at
that's right.
the
That's
ride
right.
to eat. And
Yeah.
so we like what we saw in your character and everything, because I was watching you, trust me. And
I appreciate it.
yeah, I was watching it. I said I like the character. And so this year
Yeah.
she we were supposed to do it last year, and I said, no, I got to see what it's all about. And then when I seen you, I said, we got it. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it was too cool, man. We and I think it was you guys, it was Mark, you know, Solo.
Yep.
But we all talked forever, man. I think we talked more than we ate our food, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I remember that day. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was good food, but it was great conversation.
Yes, sir.
It was great conversation. I really did have a great time in Baton Rouge, man. That was a great time. I didn't like all the funky rain the day before, man.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was like below average, man, but we had a great time. And I know we're not going to bore everybody, but like, so y'all going down memory lane, man, we have to. This is family now. We are family, man. So shout out, man, to the people that's on with us this evening. Nasty, shout out to you. Oh, by the way, Gold Star third award, I-10 to the end. So he's really family. He's royalty. Shout out to Breezy Does It. Shout out to King Slow Drive with Kings of the South. Jayville, North Carolina. Hey, one of my favorite cities in America, home of Camp Lejeune. You know how the Marines get down. So anyway, so thank you to everybody that's coming in. For the folks that are coming in, for you to be so kind, reach up, hit the like button, man, so we can get the algorithm cranking and moving. Don't know if we're going to stay on Facebook too long. We're probably going to eventually move everything over to YouTube. If we do, no problem at all. Just open up a second tab on your computer, on your screen. Go to YouTube, Sarge Life and Motorcycling. But today, the topic today is the post-interview. I-10 to the end. Miss Daph, big fella, man. Both of them, Buffalo Soldiers, man, out of Gary, Indiana. Just finished the I-10 to the end. Number 311 and 312. We're going to talk about the epic couples ride. Again, going across America. Yes, Sarge said it. You got to ride all the way across the country to do this, man. So here we go. So family, let's talk about it. How do we start preparing ourselves? Now, I know you guys have done some long distance rides before. You know, obviously coming from Indiana to Louisiana to going to Alaska and those type of things. Did you guys prepare a certain way for this particular ride, knowing that you were going to be able to, you were going to have to report everything and you were going to have to be transparent? How did you prepare this time, maybe differently than what you normally prepare?
I think it was pretty much the same. You know, we had to, of course, make sure the bikes were okay. We already knew that this was something that we wanted to do this year. So we went on and made sure that we had our inspections, make sure everything was okay. And I think for me, I can only speak for me, mentally getting ready for that ride. You know, it just, first of all, just leaving from Indiana to Santa Monica, you know, we had decided we was going to do Route 66.
That's right, because y'all did it from the left coast to the right coast. That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So by the time we made it to Santa Monica, I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for this to get back the opposite way. But it ended up being, at times it was a challenge here, so just making sure that you're mentally ready, and realizing everything that you're going to come up against, including, weather-wise, if anything happens off with the bike, mechanical-wise, just making sure that everything was lined up.
Because I can imagine for you guys coming from, we don't really consider Indiana as the Midwest. We still consider it as the East. Am I correct?
No, it's Midwest.
It's Midwest.
It's Midwest. Okay, so you guys realistically were almost like going through 4 seasons. It was cold still up where you guys were, right? Or was it pretty mild? Getting pretty mild. Was it cold?
Well, we left home. It was 50-some degrees, heading towards Santa Monica. Yeah. And that's the reason why we don't get as many miles in as most people do, because we were in May, April, man, it's still snowing and cold here, I'm talking about 30 degrees. And I'm like,
right.
Unless you really had somewhere to go on the bike, and you just ain't hopping out there turning corners, at least,
Well, let me say this, man. Let me throw my first jab at you. That's your fault, man. Move to Florida. Ain't nobody want to hear all that. Hey, move to Florida. It's riding season year round. We don't care about all that stuff, man. Y'all keep
I
all
know
that
it. Hey, you might have something, because I found out my cousin lived in Orange Park.
Yeah, that's right down the street from me.
And we went to go see her, and I'm like, I went to go see her, and I'm like, I like these houses.
Yeah,
I like.
You can throw a rock. You can throw a rock from where I live.
So you may see a real bike.
Hey man, come on.
Yeah,
man.
you may see a real bike coming down the road pretty soon.
Okay. Hey, so let's talk about that if you mind. Shout out to Low Key, man. I just seen he just got back. He popped on with us. He just got back from Black Wall Street, man. Hey man, I was so hurt, so jealous. I couldn't make it this year, but I saw those guys having a great time, and they were really repping for the I-10 to the N family, the Iron Elite family. Shout out to him, man, for the group.
Yeah, I seen that.
And all wasn't that beautiful, man, to see the way he organized that and got all our family together.
A lot of
for that
too.
picture, man. It was awesome, man. So here it is. He say, how do y'all resolve conflict? Oh, he already started with the foolishness. Hey, y'all want to get that question first? Let's do it.
Yeah, we'll answer that. Well, at first is the conversation started, then intense fellowship filed. When the intense fellowship go, I normally turn my headset down and tell her, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. And then she'll do the same thing. And by the time we get to the next gas stop, we'll let our little tension go. And then by the time we get down the road, we back in love again.
Yeah,
but she came close to getting the Jackson 4 timers. I told her I love her, so I ain't gonna give her the 5, but I'm gonna give her a 4.
Hey, Low Key, look what you just started, man. Y'all just knock it off. Hey, but that's some real stuff, man. I've seen my couples. Actually, I think my couples have been really tight rides. Have been really tight. You expect sometimes that, how it is. Sometimes it's hard for couples just to deal with each other in the house, man. But to get on the road where you're dealing with, sleep deprivation, you're dealing with exhaustion, you're dealing with the weather elements, you're dealing with fatigue. You're not as chipper. You ain't bathed in 18, 19 hours. You don't look as romantic as you like to look sometimes. And you don't give a damn.
She know what to do, though. Tell her what you do, and I get like that. When I get
feed him.
Oh, feed him.
Give him something. He'll be all right after that.
Yeah,
she go get me a steak. She get me something to eat. She said, "Let me get you something to eat." That commercial say you need a Snickers bar. She go get me a sandwich or something.
I remember the Snickers commercial.
Yeah.
Hey man, for whatever the couples do, the couples are winning, and I've had quite a bit of couples that have gone across. Matter of fact, the people I have the hardest. I don't have a hard time, but the ones who have the hardest time with each other normally have club brothers. Them the ones that want to choke each other out on the road.
Yeah.
But my couples do extremely well. They do extremely well, man. So shout out to you guys, because when I saw you come in, you came in with big smiles on your face, man. You were happy. I don't remember when you guys didn't come in any bad weather, did you?
We were blessed, man. It's like God parted the
Yeah.
Red Sea because from Santa
Yeah.
Monica to Jacksonville, we were supposed to get trenched, all the way
Yeah.
drenched.
That's right. Y'all
And
fit between the window.
yeah,
Because that's right, man. Y'all get out of Dodge, man. It was raining
Yeah.
so dang bad the
Yeah.
yeah.
night before y'all came. Man, I was telling her, I said, ooh, they finna get a whooping. And you were like, no, sorry. You were like, no, sorry. Because y'all was in, and we get, hey, excuse us, folk, tonight. We just all over the place, man. We're just going to have fun today. So we're going to
What did it
skip
start
around.
with
We're
the
going to play
gas
around.
station?
But that's right. Y'all end up, y'all did the last leg. Y'all last leg was from Lake Charles into Jacksonville.
Beaumont.
Lake
Beaumont.
Charles, Louisiana. It was
No,
Beaumont?
Beaumont,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Texas.
Okay, so for those who are keeping math, I think Lake Charles is about maybe 2 hours from Beaumont. Is that about fair?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Because Beaumont sits right on the eastern side of Texas, right there on the
Mhm.
state line. And then
Yep.
Lake Charles is
Yep.
Lake Charles is
This-
kind of like the last major city leaving
It's funny because
Louisiana.
as soon as we pulled into Beaumont, we wasn't gonna stay there. We were trying to make it to Lake Charles, and we pulled in the gas station to get gas. And when we pulled in, it just the heavens opened up on us right there at the gas station, and there was a hotel across the street. So we just ran over there and got us a hotel. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man. It was like a real bad weather situation. You guys did really well coming back
Yes.
across the Panhandle, but the guys who are out now, Mills and Whitfield, let's keep them in our prayers, man. They're actually on
Yes.
their way. They should be closing in on because they're from Gonzales, Louisiana, which sits right off the 10.
Okay.
But they sent me a picture this morning. I think they were somewhere in Nevada, somewhere near Vegas. But they're on their way coming in. But they caught the devil going out, but you guys caught the pockets right coming in. So God bless. Hey, God working mysterious ways, man. It wasn't meant for y'all to take a whooping. That's
Yeah.
what's up.
If you think about it, when we got to Jacksonville, we parked our bikes at the Holiday Inn to stay. We were gonna leave Monday. It rained all day.
That's right.
Rained all day Sunday and all day Monday. So we didn't
that's
leave
right.
till Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So we get on the road. We got a gold wing and we got an Indian, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what kind of Indian are you rocking, big fella?
23 Indian Pursuit, Dark Horse.
Oh, okay. And then obviously, Miss Daph, what year's your gold wing?
It's a 21,
21 gold wing.
1800 GL.
Okay. Oh, they got money now. Don't get them wrong. Don't get it twisted. They got money. Y'all's Wi-Fi is probably going in a little in and out, but we're gonna work with it. I know sometimes the signal gets a little weird in the evening time, but I think we got you. We get you. Sometimes I got you focused. Sometimes I don't. Yeah. Okay. So all right. So we ride. We got two nice motorcycles. Buffalo Soldiers getting down the way Buffalo Soldiers do.
Yeah.
We get to Santa Monica Pier. Was that our first time in California?
No.
Okay.
Year before last, I think it was year before last. And I had already did a West Coast run, and she wanted to do it on her own bike, so we did it with a couple of friends of ours. Did a West Coast run, so that was her second time. My third time.
Okay, very cool. So when we got to Santa Monica Pier, what time did you guys take out and get started? Y'all started late morning, man. Get out of Dodge. I remember that. Y'all was sleeping in and having continental breakfast and everything.
No, that wasn't it. This is where the intense fellowship started.
Okay.
Every morning we were supposed to leave at 7. I said, I'll leave at 7. We'll ride to 7 or 8. We always wind up leaving at 10.
We didn't leave at 10 that morning, though.
That's what
y'all did have some slow starts. I ain't gonna lie, man. Y'all were chilling.
Oh man,
just not a morning person.
You talking about?
I try.
I was praying every morning, Lord, thank you for keeping me safe, keeping my mind right, because I was ready to wring her head off, boy.
Oh man, y'all stop. Knock it off. Hey, y'all left at whatever time you left. So I think
10 o'clock every
about
morning.
10, about 10 o'clock every day.
Except for one time, we left at 7:45. We never left at 7.
So y'all strategy. Are y'all sun up to sundown, or what was y'all strategy?
That's what we were trying to do for this ride. When we planned to ride, we said we would take 4 days to get to Santa Monica, take 1 day of rest, and then hit the road 4 days to get to Jacksonville. That's how we planned it. And we were going to ride, if it was 12 hours a day, whatever we needed to do, we was going to do that. We wound up getting to Santa Monica in 5 days because right at Albuquerque, we got caught in snow, rain. I mean, in Arizona, we got caught in snow. In Albuquerque, we got caught in lightning, thunder, everything, and it got jet pitch black like around 5:30, 6 o'clock. And I wasn't gonna have a ride in that, so we just pulled off in Albuquerque, and that made us have to stay there 5 days. So we did the whole ride, and coming from Indiana back to Indiana was 9 days.
Okay. So we're here in Santa Monica Pier. We smiling. We happy. Everything is good. we glamping because we leaving at 11. So we leaving at 11 afternoon. So I know the first day. Hey man, y'all ignore me, man. I'm just throwing my jokes. So the first day, you guys, I think, what did y'all do the first day? What y'all do? Tucson.
Tucson. Yep.
Yes.
Tucson. Okay. Any issues the first day coming out the gate? Was everything smooth for you?
It was cool.
Yeah.
We jumped to that what they call the HOV lane, and we was gone.
Not in Tucson.
Oh, what happened in Tucson? Oh, okay. My bad.
Okay.
But yeah, we had no issues.
No issues at all. Good ride. I want to say from probably Santa Monica to Tucson, what we're talking, I don't know, 800 miles.
Yeah.
Somewhere around
Yeah,
there.
if my math is mathing correctly, about 800 miles. For those that don't know, that's a pretty mild ride. You come in through the mountains in California, get into Blythe, Arizona. How was Arizona? Was it going through Phoenix pretty easy, pretty smooth?
Except for that sand pocket that hit us. Yeah, we got hit by a sand pocket. That was it.
What was that? Was that in Arizona?
Wasn't that
I think
Arizona?
that was in Texas.
Oh, that was Texas?
I think it's once we passed over.
Oh, we gonna get there. I
Maybe.
saw you. I saw y'all with all the dust in your beard. Yeah, we gonna. Yeah. Okay. So what time you guys make it to Tucson? Was it dark by the time you made it to Tucson?
Close to it.
Okay.
It was dark,
About
but
7.
about 7:30. Because just enough for us to get off the bike, and if we wanted to get something to eat before anything closes, things like that. So we didn't want to wait until it was completely dark. And I don't like riding in the dark. My eyes just don't function that well when it's completely dark.
Right, because it gets really, really dark back there. To be honest, it's extremely dark back there. So I get exactly what you're saying. Plus, to mention that you guys are cutting across the desert. You know, the desert is something else back there at night.
Yes.
You think it's dark until you get into the desert dark.
Right.
Okay. So weather smooth, road smooth, everything smooth.
Everything was good.
Yeah.
Okay. So at this point, did y'all think, oh man, it's easy, we got this?
I thought so anyway.
Yeah.
I felt that way. I said, this is going to be easy. It's just a ride. You're on one highway. You don't have to worry about it. It's going to be good.
That's what's up.
But by the time, we passed over into Texas, I was like, there's nothing to see out here. There's absolutely nothing to see.
Rocks. There's rocks.
Yes. Now, I wasn't impressed by the rocks that was when we were coming through Texas Canyon, I think it's called.
Yes.
When it looked like individual rocks and they were just all piled on top of each other.
I think Texas Canyon is that between Arizona and New Mexico? When you're coming across the state line. Yeah. Yeah, it's very pretty up in there. Higher elevation. Yeah, very pretty. Yeah.
I thought the ride was easy, at that point too. With me though, it got a little boring because if I'm riding by myself and I start getting boring, so I'm going to be 110, 100. With my wife, I had to stay around 80, 85.
Oh, okay, help him with that math. Sometimes his math probably ain't that good. Okay, so we getting up the second day. We pushing from Tucson. So we're in the driver's seat, man. Everything is going beautiful. looks like construction on the roads are pretty good now. This time of year, look like the weather was pretty mild for you guys. Didn't see anything too crazy. So we go from Tucson. Any issues going through New Mexico?
Nope.
Pretty smooth going through New Mexico. Because New Mexico, you can get through New Mexico. I think 180 miles going across. New Mexico ain't much there. You know, you got Las Cruces, Lordsburg, and I can't remember the other town right as you come across El Paso. So you do a smell farm animals coming through New Mexico. Was it still construction going on the highways there, or do you guys remember?
I mean, it wasn't. It was little, things maybe. The streets had the little lines in it, like they were working on it or something, but wasn't nobody out working or a lot of traffic backing us up at all.
Okay. How was the temperature? Was it really hot days or mild days this time of year?
It was pretty mild to me, although I always had on my heated liner just in case.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
heated liner, leather jacket, and raincoat.
Man, stop hating. A woman gotta do what a woman gotta do.
Exactly.
Hey, was that so when we get into El Paso, is that when you guys started hitting the dust storms? Was that the issues? Was that east of El Paso?
We only hit we didn't. No, I'm kind of jealous that everybody's talking about they getting these dust storms, and we only got one pocket. We got one little.
You guys didn't do it bad because the riders before you guys, especially like
we seen that.
Oh man, I can't remember my brother out of to the Limit MC. His name escaped me. It'll pop in my mind. My brother out of Georgia, he caught complete. He had a complete brownout going on.
Yeah, we seen that video.
Yeah, he got a. Yeah, let me look. He had a complete brownout going through.
Yeah,
man, he took a beating.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, not only did he have brownout, he had, I think it was either New Mexico. It was somewhere he had uneven roads. And hit
we had a lot of that. We had a lot of that.
He ended up having a leaky fork seal.
Oh wow!
Because of that, but he kept pushing on. He's like, Sarge, I ain't gonna be denied. He kept pushing on. His motor looked like it went through a 10-round fight by the time he made it.
Wow.
Yeah. So you guys cruise along, no issues, huh?
No.
What we talking about, we were riding, and there was a big old round brown spot across the street on the other side, and it was just going in a circle.
Yeah, I've said what they call them, like dirt devils or dirt something.
Is that what that
I've
is?
seen it. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I forgot the name of it, but I've seen it too.
That's what they call them, dirt devils.
It came past us and blew my bike literally on the shoulder. And she said it hit her so hard, she started asking questions.
They try to get tag numbers.
I had my visor up. I'm eating sunflower seeds.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, that gust of wind came by. And when it came, and my bike, I have a Goldwing, it's really light.
Yeah.
So I'm riding like this anyway, sideways. He's riding straight up. And I'm like, what is going on? It ain't got nothing to do with the Indian. So then when that gust of wind came, it kind of blew me back, and it felt like somebody just slapped me in the face. I was like, what did I do? Where did that come from? And that's the only incident that we had with the dust.
That was it.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Matter of fact, I've actually had it happen to me 2 years in that same area, just east of El Paso on the gas stop, and it's so gritty that between your hot and all that sand, it is what it is out there. I always tell everybody, man, if you're going to be riding in that stretch of the country, especially Texas or whatever, you'll probably be better up to have a bandana over your face.
Yeah, I keep one on my face.
Yeah, keep face covering, man, because let's be honest, let's keep 100%. Let's keep it 100%. Y'all ready to keep it funky?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna keep it funky.
All right.
Ain't nothing but farm animals and livestock out there.
Yeah.
And that sand, everything is everything. I look like that, man. So you want to cover your face up when you're riding out there.
Oh, trust me, after that, I was visor down.
Yeah, I know all of us want to be free, and ride with nothing on, but man, you got to be safe because obviously there's debris, there's dust, there's dirt, there's all kind of stuff that sand is carrying. So, be safe, man. Be safe out there. Also,
Yeah,
this
because
time of
I
year.
use a HJC I-100,
Mhm.
and the chin can go all the way to the back.
Yeah.
So I keep my face covered from nose down. Sometimes I let my visor down, but for the
Mhm.
most part, I just have my face up, my visor up, and that back. But
Okay.
yeah, learned a lot.
So,
That learned a lot.
so at this point, are we still riding in what 80, maybe 80-degree temperatures? It's pretty mild, right?
I don't
75,
know. I
80.
don't even think it got that high.
Oh man, y'all
If
get out of Dodge,
if
man.
it
Y'all
got that
just
hot, it didn't
chilling.
feel like it.
Yeah,
Man, y'all were just chilling, man. Y'all need to go
We
back
were
through.
chilling.
Y'all need to go back through, man. Ain't enough bad stuff happening, y'all out there.
it did.
Never ever.
I'm
Only
just
one
playing.
time it got hot enough
Yeah.
where we were in Needles. I think it's called Needles, California.
Needles, California. Yeah.
We took our stuff off and put our sleeves on. That was the only time it got hot. And a few
Okay.
miles out, few 100 miles down the road, we was back in jackets.
Okay. Well, I
Well,
mean, what it
hoodies
is, what it
anyway.
is, and that's a perfect thing because you always want to prepare for the worst and
Yeah,
pray for the best. And if the
yeah,
best happens, that means that you were prepared and ready to receive it. So
yeah.
we're gonna call it just like that, man.
Hmm.
So okay, so going from El Paso to San Antonio, pretty smooth. We're back there in the gauntlet now because ain't nothing out there. How's it going through that area? We got almost 600
Well,
miles of nothing. And if you make a mistake, nothing can become real something on you real quick.
oh
How
man,
do we do
would
back
you
there?
go ahead?
His wonderful Indian started throwing codes. He
Oh,
pulls over. I'm like, what are you doing?
oh,
I got this code on my bike. Not the Indian.
Yeah, what was the code for?
not the Indian that
Not
never
the
break
Indian.
down Indian. Not that
hey,
Indian.
hey, but Indians are self-fixing, so
Yeah, yeah, my behind they are. Okay,
I
okay,
forget.
okay,
I forget what the
okay.
code was for now, though. But
You said something about the kickstand, not putting it in.
no, that was what the guy said. Oh, Sarge, I meant to remember what it was for too. I have a
I
picture,
can't remember.
but we got there and the code kicked in, and normally with the Indians, when a code kick in, it lasts for a minute. You turn the bike off 3 times, it disappears, and it didn't disappear this time. So I got a little nervous and I pulled over on the side of the road to see what it was about. And I forgot what it was. But it said, normally it'll say, uh, this code, blah, 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 ride with caution, get to your dealership, nearest dealership. This one just said, you can ride it, but ride cautiously, you know.
Okay, but other than the code itself, the bike was riding fine. Am I correct?
Yes, it was riding really well, yeah.
Okay, because I think you guys eventually, so y'all thundered across the gauntlet, and you guys got into what, Bernie? You got into San Antonio and met up with Reef, right?
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Okay, and you took the bike in, and they said, "Me don't know." Is that
Yeah,
what they
they said
told you?
the code is gone. You said we did a history of codes. You let your kickstand down without shutting your bike off for several times. Don't do that too often. This, that, and the other. And he said, I said, so it's self-fixed. He said, basically, yes. So he said, all right. And Reef was like, and I want a big shout out to Reef because he was followed. We had linked him up with Life 360 as well. And he knew exactly where we were at. When we got there, he was sitting under a viaduct waiting on us. And he pulled out, took us into the dealership. And he also had another dealership ready to service us just in case these guys couldn't do it. But they said they would have to do it at 4:30. And then he said, if they do it at 4:30, man, y'all can stay at my house. Y'all can sleep. Me and my kids and wife going out for a birthday. And he was going to leave us at his house, get us some rest. And I was like, well, since the bike is okay, we just going to try to push it on and stay on our time schedule. But big
Well,
shout out to Reef, man.
well, since you said that, let's do this.
Yes.
Hey, man. Okay, it's time now. It's time. My I-10 to the end ambassadors. Reef, Low Key, just to name a couple, Big Country, quite a few of my I-10 to the ends, Kodak the Ground Pounder. These guys, when I tell everybody who's getting ready to make the ride, how posting everything onto the page, because there's a lot of people on that page, you don't even know it yet. They're going to be loving on you doing this ride.
Mm-hmm.
You're never by yourself, even if you think you're by yourself. You're not by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I've told by everybody a million times about Reef. I've told him a million times. What you see is what you get. He will bend over backwards to help
Yes.
any rider out there on the road. He gonna tell you what you need to hear. He ain't gonna always want to tell you. Well, let me put it this way. He
Yeah.
gonna tell you what you need to know. He ain't gonna always tell you what you need to hear. Sometimes you're
Exactly.
gonna want to choke him out, but he's gonna make sure he's gonna make sure that you're taken care of out there in the 10. You're not going nowhere near Texas without Reef on top of you and making sure that you guys are safe, whether it's providing a room and board, a good meal, expert advice,
Yeah.
whatever. Reef is out there, man, and Reef is gonna look after you, man. So shout out to him. I think Nasty said I was going to say thing. LOL, it doesn't count if they have no baby. Yeah. Hey, shout out Nasty. They gotta go do it again. Hey, Nasty done went through. Nasty like, man, that's a bunch of bull
Right.
jive. I went because Nasty went just a few weeks before you guys did, and he got that work.
Hey, tell him if it count, we got rained on going to Santa Monica.
Man, get it. We don't care. hey, we just goofing around, man. We just having a great time. Hey, for everybody that's on Facebook, man, if you'd be so kind, go ahead and open up another tab, man. Let's go over to YouTube so we can finish up this great interview with Miss Daph and Big Fellow, man. So go over to YouTube, Sarge Life and Motorcycling. We're getting ready to kill the Facebook stream now. 3, 2, 1. All right, appreciate you guys. So, okay, all right, so we're rocking. San Antonio, everything is good. The bike was self-fixable.
Hey, let me say that.
Yeah.
The code said unknown error. That's what it said.
Now the code said we don't know what the hell wrong with this thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I just looked at it.
Okay.
Unknown error.
Okay, so the code said unknown error. Okay, so
Yeah.
cool. Everything is riding good with the bike. So we push on. Did you guys go all the way into Houston that day? Or did y'all go all the way to Beaumont?
Went all the way to
Beaumont.
Beaumont.
Okay, you guys went all the way to Beaumont. Okay, so no issues with the bike. Am I correct?
No.
Okay. Hey,
That's when you got in that HOV lane.
So Miss Daph, what was you thinking when he was having all kind of funky codes, but y'all couldn't figure it out?
I say, here we go with this Indian again. He should have got a gold wing.
When you say, man, I just hope this don't end bad for us.
Yeah.
In the middle of
I
nowhere.
walked up to him, and he's sitting on the side of the bike, and he's looking at his phone. I just walked back to my bike.
But you know,
Because-
that experience right there, you know, I would tell anybody, you know, like I got people that get on. I rode with a guy up to the first time I rode to California. His we up in the Grand Canyon, and his fake news bike.
Hey man, you know the immaturity. Hey, you know the immaturity get ready to come out, right?
That was real, dude.
Hey man, I wasn't gonna say it. I saw that. I said, here we go, the immaturity. Hey man, your bike fake news.
But you know, the first time I rode up out west, I rode with a guy that loved the long distance riding. And we was coming from Grand Canyon. You know, up there you got to ride it's nothing, no towns or nothing. And his bearings went out, his stator went out, something went out on his bike, and we had to sit there an hour and a half for a tow truck to come get us. And then the bad thing about having an Indian is how far the dealerships is. We had to ride all the way to Vegas to first dealership. What he was in an air conditioned truck with his bike on the back of the truck. The guy would put my bike on. I had to ride in 107-degree weather for 300 something miles. And then after we got his bike fixed there, we were on our way out to San Diego. and his bike, the bearings, everything, the whole front end went out. I said, man, did you get your bike serviced before we left? Oh, man, I ain't think about it. I recommend to anybody, if you're going to take a trip, get your bike serviced before you leave. Take it to the dealership. Don't let no junkyard mechanic do it. Take it to the dealership. Let them check everything on it. And I think, that saved me a little bit.
It's funny that you mentioned it. It's a little bit off the regular topic, but I know for husband and wives, it's imperative. I would say 99.9% of husbands are gonna double check, triple check themselves and their wives, because obviously that's your partner. You love your wife. You don't want nothing to go wrong. But I've seen, we've had over 340 rides, and every once in a while I see people that'll roll up, and it's pretty obvious to me after I see what happens or see what's going on that they really didn't do really good maintenance on the bike before taking off. I don't get that, because whatever you didn't do before going, it's going to cost you double, triple, sometimes quadruple.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Of what it would have cost you if you would have just got it done and just been done with it. But for some reason, some of us, we're just gonna, it's a song, man. And I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna stop. It's a song I used to like by Manny Fresh back in the day. I'm still fly. And I would play it, but they'll copyright me if I do it. Y'all remember that song? Where he say, I got everything in my mama name. But the emphasis of the song was said, I'm hood rich. I will buy a car and can't make my phone payment. I'll go like Saturday. I'll have thousands of dollars worth of stereo equipment on my bike, and I don't replace a $90 shifter linkage. If you replace the shifter linkage yourself, we're talking less than $100. How much does a tweeter cost to go on a stereo? How much does it cost to have an amp put on the stereo? So you're paying thousands of dollars for this stuff, but you won't do some of the basic stuff for your own bike. So I'll let that go, man. So, at this point, obviously, the bikes are running good. You guys are doing really well. And if you got an indicator light on, me and you both know that can happen at any time, anywhere. These bikes have more electrical stuff on them, like more electronic stuff. They're like computers with two wheels nowadays. So, things happen on them, and you're shaking and you're beating up bad highways. You're dealing with extreme weather, and the bike is being taxed. I really believe when they built these bikes, they don't build the bikes to do the crap we be doing. We be doing stuff, but when they be like, man, I ain't like the extreme ride. Yeah, you are, homie. You're the one. You're the one of the 1%. The average motorcycle rider, if you don't believe me, Google it, is not you guys. The average motorcycle rider is trailing them bikes down to Daytona and riding up and down the strip. Riding in great weather, not dealing with a bunch of issues, especially if you're up north. They're probably not even riding 6 months out of the year. So you guys get on it, you do some crazy things on them. The bikes are being taxed. So, okay, so we'll get it because, I know we're running on time. So let's do this. Okay, so as we get to where we're at now, we're in Beaumont. Okay, so we bed down in Beaumont, right? Are we hungry? Are you grumpy and hungry yet, or you just hungry? You grumpy and hungry, or you just hungry?
He was grumpy.
Okay, so you grumpy. Okay, so we take care of him because he grumpy. So the
only thing about Beaumont, when we got there and once we got the hotel room, the clouds had passed over. I was like, we could have kept going. But, since we had already unpacked everything, we just said, well, you know what? We'll just start fresh in the morning.
But the sky in Beaumont, with that area that we got in there, it did start raining on us right in there. And it was pitch black. The sky was pitch black. I mean, the sky was just pitch black. So I was like,
oh, it's coming. Yeah, it's coming, homie. Y'all made it down the right time. Let that mess get past you and be through with it.
And that was around 8 o'clock at night too. 8:30 up.
Okay.
I think.
Okay, so y'all bed down in Beaumont. Now Beaumont, we're about 800, maybe about 800 miles from Jacksonville. maybe a little less, but we'll say 800 for whole numbers. So 800, you can do that standing on your head. So what time did y'all get out the door to head on into Jacksonville? Because y'all came straight in like a bat out of Hades. Did we leave at 10:30ish?
No, it was before then. I think we left Beaumont. I want to say it was close to 9, maybe 9:15 or something like that.
Any issues? He got that sideways look. I'm gonna tell on you.
I don't know what the issue was.
The issue was right. Here's the issue right here.
Oh, that was the issue.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we actually left Beaumont around 8:30, 8:15, and I tell you what. To the guy, what's my man said that it don't count as they get bad weather. I put on my rain gear when we left Beaumont, boots, rain pants, and jacket, and rode it all the way to Jacksonville, and we didn't get no rain.
Because
And
we were supposed to.
the radar said the whole ride we were supposed to get towed up. She was like, "I'm not putting mine on." I said, "Well, if it start raining, we ain't stopping either. We ain't stopping. We gonna keep
Oh,
moving."
y'all were gonna stop.
I know it.
You might have think y'all were gonna stop, but y'all was stopping, homie. Hey, you might well don't even try to catch that check. So, but that was on a Saturday, right? That was Saturday evening.
Yes.
That was Saturday.
Yeah, that was Saturday evening. I'm trying to figure out what the heck was going on because we were monitoring you guys and we were watching you guys. I ain't gonna, man, y'all forgive me, man. I'm gonna tell the truth. Shame the devil. We in the trust tree. We in the trust tree. I told her, ain't no in the hell they coming in. They stop us. Hey man, we Saturday we went and ate dinner, man. I said they ain't coming in. They gonna shut down somewhere. But I remember that last call I had on you. Was like, nah, so we bringing this puppy on in.
Breaking it in.
Yeah,
That's the
you weren't
fourth day.
playing. I
He said we was doing it in 4 days.
Yeah, hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you because Buddy and I had already ate it everything. And I'm like, dang, why ain't they coming for real? I'd already had y'all pegged for Sunday morning because that was Mother's Day. Because Sunday morning was Mother's Day. I'd already had y'all pegged, man. I said, and you know what? When you didn't, you guessed wrong. Now you're tired. Now I'm sleeping. I'm like, dang, I'm sleepy. Hey man, but y'all came in like champs, smiling, looking good, right on time. I think we met you guys there at the gas station. Was it close to 9?
Yep,
Close to
8:39.
9. But you guys came in looking great. Bikes are looking great. Smiles on your face. And I'm just gonna say this, and then we're gonna turn it over to the last segment: the good, the bad, the ugly of the ride. I'm gonna say, seeing how you guys came in and your spirits, it actually uplifted me. And I said,
Thank you.
this is great to see a couple come in, work together, be united, come in on their motorcycles happy and strong. And I always make this joke, man. I say a couple ride together, stay together.
Yeah.
I truly believe that. Because let's be honest, man, navigating the road in these circumstances as a couple can be difficult, man. You have to know when it's time to stop, when your wife needs rest or whatever, and you have to be focused in on her needs. And then as a husband, you got to have a little bit about yourself to say, am I risking something because of my own selfish, desires or whatever? And to be able to balance both those things on a highway for the betterment of the team and also for the success of the team, man, speaks miles about you guys, man.
Well, if I can speak on that for 1 second,
Let's
it's
do it.
absolutely. So we would be riding, and I would say, "Babe, we can just pull in. We can pull over. How you feeling?" She said, "I'm good." I said, "We want to stop?" She said, "No, let's keep going." And I said, "You sure?" She said, "Yeah." And we would keep going. She pushed me on the ride actually, because there was times where I was like, "Yeah, we can just go and pull over. We're just." She's like, "No." Even in when we got caught in the rain going to Santa Monica, I was like, "Let's pull over, man." She's like, "Man, we out here. We out here now. Let's just keep going." So, you have to take in consideration. By myself, I rode different, but with her, I do ride a little different. And I commend her. That's why I said she a trooper, man. And then she be looking all sexy on that gold wing stuff too. I'd be like, "Look at her over there, look at there." and,
That's
but
all
she,
mine.
yes, sir. But she pushes. She'll ride. She rides some of the soldiers, they say, man, your wife ride better than you.
Mm.
Hey, whatever you want to say, but
I
you,
wouldn't give a damn.
yeah,
I wouldn't if she
long
ride
as
better
she's
than me,
safe,
that's better for us. Yep.
yeah, and long as she's safe and she get where we
Mhm.
going safe, I'm good. But
Nice.
a few times I did say, hey, let's pull over. She said, no, let's go. Let's go. You know. But I
I
did
love
take
it.
in consideration my ride with my wife.
I love it, man. We got riders 311 and 312. Let's do this, man. Let's do this real quick. Man, did their thing. So, folks, let's do this if you don't mind. Let's do our last segment. This last segment, we like to call it the good, the bad, the ugly. What were your takeaways from the ride? And what would you want to leave the audience with? So, let's do this. Let's go. If you don't mind, let's go ladies first. Miss Daph, you got the floor. Take it away. It's all yours.
Um, the only thing that I would say is just make sure that you are prepared. When you are riding, if you are one of those people who have, need visuals in order to keep you going, may want to reconsider it, just because there's nothing to see. There were times, like I said, I was admiring, the mountains and, looking for critters or, you know, I used to call it helmet chronicles, all kind of things you think about when you're riding. Uh, so just to make sure that, that you are focused on the road, that you don't want to, you know, drift off into la la land either because there's nothing to see. Like I said, I had sunflower seeds. They kept me busy. Um, Gave me something to do so that I can make sure that I am focused on the road.
Did you learn anything new about yourself?
I did. Um, I've always heard there's levels to this. There's levels to this. So I'm thinking I'm in a pretty good level. I've ridden many places, and However, I believe that I reached a new level because, like I said, it was a different ride for me because my focus had to be different. Um, Again, nothing to see. Just it was just a different ride. Sometimes I was like, man, when is he gonna pull over and stop? Has it been we used to stop every 2 hours. Has it been 2 hours yet? Or if I see his blinker, if he's riding behind me, sometimes I ride in front. If he's riding behind me and he would pass me and then come over, I said, oh, we getting ready to stop. And then when he would pass a exit, I'd be like, man.
Damn it.
But I've realized that there is levels to this, and maybe if I did the ride again, although I don't see that right now, but if I were to do the ride again, I would realize, okay, there's levels to this, Daph.
You're right.
Make sure that you're ready and you're right.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There is levels to this, and I'll say this real quick if you don't mind, Ray, before we turn it over to you.
No, go ahead.
Because, every once in a while I have these conversations with the great ones. I have it with Reef and K Solo and Kodak and maybe Frizz and some of those guys who are just getting after doing incredible things. And I always have to say, wait a minute, guys, there's levels, man.
Mm-hmm.
We just don't forget, everybody can't be at that level. There's a time. Kodak used to say all the time, it's just my time.
Mm-hmm.
I only got a small window of time, and then it's going to be the next man or the next woman's time. There's
Mm-hmm.
levels to this. Not everybody can do this. That's why on this platform, I'm so conscious of the each one teach one get out.
Yeah.
No matter if this is your first time or your 10th time, everybody has a different experience. Everybody has something to teach. Not everybody can do it the same way. You have to do it your way.
Mm-hmm.
We're just here to give you some helpful tips and things that maybe each rider did that helped them in their success. But ultimately, you're the only person that can twist that throttle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Only person.
That's
The
right.
pain you feel will be your own, homie. It
Yes,
will be
sir.
your own. I'm sorry, Miss Daphne. You finish your words. I just had to throw that in there.
Oh, that was it. Like I said, I realized that there's levels to this, and I still have a whole lot more levels ahead of me.
Great.
But I enjoy riding, and that's the ultimate thing. Make sure I enjoy riding. I'm glad that I have my husband with me. He rides with me wherever I want to go. If I say, well, let's do it again, he would probably say, okay. So I'm glad I have him as my support. And it's so funny that when I first learned how to ride, he wanted to just keep me in this area, just ride around in the neighborhood. And then he said one day, he said, well, he said, you go ahead and you take the lead. So I got on the highway. And he was like, I can't believe that you got on the highway. Well, I'm gonna have to get on the highway eventually. I'm ready, I'm careful when I ride. I'm making sure that I'm looking, but that doesn't mean that nothing will ever happen. But
Right.
I am conscious of how I ride. So um I'm glad I got him. He riding
Awesome.
with me. Yeah.
Awesome.
She's a good
Beautiful.
rider too.
Beautiful. Let's do this. Get her thing. Ride a 311. Ray, what you got to say, my guy? What you got to
Well,
say?
the first thing I would say is that you want to make sure when you're riding like that anywhere, you want to ride worry free. The bikes are machines, so anything can happen. But preparation, I think, is great because if you know you prepared properly, you can have less stress getting on. Like we had rain gear, made sure we had air pumps, we had tools, we had tire plugs, we had and then thanks to Reef, we had gas cans. I had a gallon and a half in my bike. On my bike, she had 2 gallon cans on her bike, which we never used until we was getting ready to leave the hotel in Jacksonville, because we did what you said. Every half a tank started looking for gas, so we did that. That's why it was so many stops, because every half tank, 100 miles, 105 miles in. Normally we ride 200 something miles and then stop. But for this ride, so you want to be worry free. And then, like I said, if you're riding with somebody, consider their riding style and what they can handle and not. Don't just try to push them to whatever your lead is. You have to be patient when you ride with somebody else. What I learned about me is that patience, because again, leaving at 10 o'clock ain't just what I like to do. But it was okay because we still did it in 4 days like we said we were going to do. We just would have got more miles in a day. That's what I was looking at. Also, when she said I would go around her, sometime I'll be like, look, now she only doing this many miles an hour. We got to pick it up a little bit. So I would pick up and take the lead, and she would stay there on my, in my hip pocket. Other than that, I thought we were going to be tired and wore out because we didn't prep in that area as far as getting out, doing some rides before we took this ride. We rode to Michigan, which is about 100 and some miles, and back home. That was the only ride we took prior to this ride. And before that, we wasn't even riding our bikes because it was so cold. So I thought I found that the endurance mentally was good, and that's just make sure your stuff is right and be prepared, and you can ride worry free. And if the bike breaks down, there's nothing you can do about it but try to fix it. And so and just enjoy the ride, man. I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? I had my music on. I had my feet up on my highway pad. I am going to get me an extended seat, though. I am going to do that. So that seat had me sitting on the gas tank a little bit with that bag behind.
You had a stock seat. You had a stock seat on it.
Yeah, right now, dude. It's comfortable, but it had me sitting too close. I didn't like
too
that.
Close to the tank.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other than that, comfort, preparation, and enjoying. Yeah,
Man,
it was. Yeah, and then had my wife with me, like you said. I did a turn and burn to Oklahoma last year to Black Wall Street, and she wasn't with me. And it was like I'm riding. I was like, man, this don't even feel like a real ride right now because I don't see my co-pilot over here, you know. So, you know, I enjoy riding with her. And when you ride with somebody you enjoy, you may go at it a few times. You may have bumps, a little, little intense fellowship every now and again. But know that, it's gonna all go past. And that was it, man. We had a great time. I always tell her when she gets mad at me, I said, "You'll be all right when the swelling go down. Just hold on,
Oh
you'll be all
Lord.
right." So I always have a little saying with her. She'll look at me and say, "You a piece of work," But I think it's gonna be nice. I think she's gonna Harley dealer. She
Been there, done that.
tell her she turned in a Harley already.
Harley.
Yeah, but that was a soft tail, bruh. That was a soft tail, bruh. Yeah,
But
once you
it's
get a full
wonderful.
bagger, yeah.
Yeah, she had a soft tail Harley, soft tail deluxe, and she turned that in for the gold
The
wing.
gold wing.
But other than
Yeah.
that, Sergeant, I mean, if she wanted to do it again, she said, "Would you do this again?" I was like, "I don't know. Probably do it in a different time, because the last 2 times I went to California, it was June and July. It was burning up, so that's why
Man,
we
it's
chose.
seriously hot.
That's why we chose May, thinking I'm gonna be mediocre, but we would do it probably end of May or June, something like that.
Yeah. Well, brother, I'm telling you, thank you guys. Riders 311, 312. Let's do this, man. We got to give you guys a Dom DeMarco. Let's do this.
All right.
Hey, family, thank you so much for caring enough to share your ride. And it's because of people like you, like couples like you guys. Because of you guys, we're going to be better motorcycle riders. This is the whole get out of the social experiment. The each one teach one is so much more than just going across the country and getting a patch. It's your time to
Thank you.
give back to other riders. It's your turn to inspire other riders with your story. And I tell everybody, unlike No Shade to no other program, whether it's, the different challenges, the different rallies, those things are one thing, one lane. And they're good lanes and they're fun and they're cool. But this lane is the lane that's, we push you guys to be selfless in order for you to inspire other people to do great things behind the handlebars of a motorcycle. And oh, by the way, if you have fun doing it, we're winning. So that's the goal of the ride. So family, any last words before we shut this thing down?
I don't have anything.
Hey, just the only thing I would say is, before you mount that iron horse,
Right.
acknowledge God first, and
Facts.
ask for His protection, and to keep you safe and keep you in the palm of His hand, and no one can pluck you out. That's it. Never get on there. Just get on there. Always ask God for His protection. Tell DJ I said thank you.
Oh yeah. Hey, DJ Ready, they said thank you. I guess she
Yeah.
heard you. She over there. Hey, so family, thank you guys so much. I'm sorry. Go ahead and finish your thought.
No, I'm saying we never take off without praying. We never take off without praying. And that's why I believe I said God parted the Red Sea for us.
Yeah.
And the one incident I almost got smacked really bad because I got a blind spot. I'm trying to figure it out. And I was trying to get over, and we was on 75, I believe. Traffic was really heavy, and I almost and God just moved his. I pulled over, and he slid over. So make sure you trust your partner. I didn't wait. I didn't wait for her to get over first. If you ride with somebody, make sure you trust your partner too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Hey man, I always say this when it comes to those cages, cars, trucks. I hate to say it like this, but I do say it because that way it makes it stick to my head. When I get on my bike, I'm always thinking, who's trying to kill me? Who's trying to kill me? And I'm always trying to be defensive in my riding posture because people, we just get preoccupied on the road. We do what we do. We don't care until we have to care. And then it's either I didn't see you, I didn't hear you, whatever. So when we on these bikes, first of all, just like you guys said, we got to stay prayed up. Second of all, we have to be defensive. When we look to the left, we might look to the left once, maybe twice. On the bike, we probably need to look 3, 4, 5 times because they will rack you up in no time flat. And the first thing they're gonna say, I didn't see him.
I didn't see you. Yep.
I didn't see him. Yeah. But family, thank you guys so much. We're gonna give you back your evening, man, because I know y'all got things to do.
Hey,
Man,
thank
to
you for
plan that
having
next
us.
motorcycle ride. So God bless, family. Let's do this, man. Rider 311, 312. Ray and Miss Daph, man. Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you, thank you. God bless. Have a great evening, family.
Yeah.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
Take care. And I made 50 million mistakes today. All right.
That's how you do
Take
it.
care. Much love,
Hey,
family.
as long as
All right.
nobody knew it, you good. Take care.
Take care. Peace. Okay, y'all, we had it, man. It was a Sunday night post edition of the I-10 to the end post interview with Miss Daph. And big fella, man, just finished up 311 and 312, just finished up the great ride. Oh, by the way, man, your boy Sarge was struggling this evening, but I think I'm going to get it together. I'm going to be better tomorrow. Hopefully you guys have made it home safe and sound from wherever you were pounding at over this weekend, man, because the mission ain't complete until you made it home safe and sound. So we'll see you guys this week, man. We have more riders to come. I've got two of my guys out of Gonzales, Louisiana. They should be finishing up here shortly on their way heading back home. So hopefully I'll have them back in Louisiana tomorrow, maybe Tuesday at the worst, and we'll be setting up for their I-10 to the end, the post interview, man. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the show as much as I did this evening. Thank you for everybody who came on and joined us and reached up and hit the like button. If you hadn't done it already, do it and do it now, man. So in the meantime, in between time, let's keep it motorcycling. You dig? Peace.
Hey now, it's your girl Piper, the 2025 Iron Elite Female Titan, and you're now tuned in to Sarge on the Iron Elite Podcast Show, home of the Ground Pounders Reunion and the Coast to Coast Run, the social experiment, where motorcycling is not just a hobby, it's a lifestyle. You dig? Now like, share, subscribe, and follow for all things motorcycling, and I'll see you on the sled.
What's good, people? This is Reef and K Solo's official ride to eat in your 2025 Titan. Come to you from Big Sarge's Iron Elite Podcast. I need y'all to like, subscribe, and share, and tune in to stay abreast of all the latest Iron Elite news.
This is the Mileage Bully, the Moto Mob CEO, and your 2024 Titan. You are now listening to Sarge on the Iron Elite Podcast. Like, share, and subscribe. If you're not listening to the Iron Elite Podcast, what are you really doing? Because we are talking motorcycles over here. You dig?
Hey, it's your boy Low Key. Y'all know I roll with Big Sarge and the Iron Elite, home of the Titan Award and the Ground Pounder Family Reunion. Each one teach one, you dig?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this your man Kodak, the most hated, coming to you live from the Iron Elite Podcast with my man Big Sarge, where we always keep it motorcycle. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know what it is.
I was asked the other day, hey Sarge, why you never play any fast music on your podcast? It's simple. I'm petty.